I don't know why, but I really like this arpeggio. So I did it once in a YouTube video, but I didn't really make a mention of it. I didn't really do too much. I don't know if I messed up the camera just now. And it goes something like this. Alright. I really like that arpeggio for some reason. Like, okay, so let's say I'm going to a F. Well, that was going to an F minor. So the arpeggio would go to any minor chord. So let's say I wanted to go to a G minor. Right? So the arpeggio would be right? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's right. Or let's just try it. Let's try A flat to D, D minor. So then the arpeggio would be yeah. So I really like it. So I'm gonna start putting this into my just adding this to my practice schedule. So basically what I'm doing is, let's start from C. So basically what I have here, the notes would be C, C sharp, E, G, B flat. Oof, and even the chord itself sounds great. And of course you keep doing that over and over. And the idea is that it leads to, well, the first note that you press is 5 notes above where you're trying to go. So the C is 5 notes above F. You just count backwards 5 to get the note that you're trying to get to. So if I'm starting on a C, I count backwards 5, and it leads me to an F minor. So let's see, the next key, right? I'll play down here. Next key. And so on. So let me explain the kind of how I'm looking at this. Though basically it's a C dominant chord. Okay, so here's a C7. Let me see if you can still see me on the screen, because I think I bumped my camera. Yeah, I'm still visible. Alright, so this is just an impromptu video, it's not planned out. Alright, so you see the C dominant chord, and if you go up a half step and play the diminished 7th chord on that half step, I want you to look at the notes. Now look at this first chord here. C, and then a half step up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's how we form a diminished 7. A dominant chord is simply a major chord. And from that last note, you count 1, 2, 3. So if you look at these notes, if you look at these chords, you notice that they have 3 notes in common. It's a 4-note chord. They have 3 notes in common. The only note that's changing is the beginning note, which is a half step up. So the way I see this is basically a combination of a C7 and a diminished 7. So it kind of gives the sound of a dominant with kind of like a flat 9 kind of a sound. Okay. So I like the way that sounds when you play it together, and you even play just a chord on itself to the minor chord. It sounds great. See? If I want to go to the B flat, what would I play? I go up to the F, find the dominant chord, go from the bottom note up a half step, I play that chord. Right? If I want to go to an A, I'm just playing chords now. I'm not even playing the arpeggio. I'm just showing you just how nice the chord sounds even without it being arpeggio. Without doing the arpeggios, you can see how nice it sounds. So if I want to go to an A minor, I go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hit the dominant on that. I hit the half step above that. Right. Nice chord. E minor. Right? What am I going to do to lead to that? Well, a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the dominant would be this. The half step is this. The arpeggio would be this. Right? Really nice. So what I'm going to do is, now that I've shown you how to do it, what I'm going to do is we're going to add this to our practice schedule where I show you all the things that I practice. I'm going to be adding this to one of the arpeggios that I practice in addition to the, because we already know that we do the minors, we do the major. Now this, we do major 7, we do minor 7, we do half diminish, we do diminish, and now we have this one, and then that leads to an F. So this is just something we can add. Let's practice it in every key. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add this in every key, practice it with me, that way you can have it in your muscle memory and you have it in no time. All right, thanks for watching. Let's go to the next video and let's work these out in every key. I'll show you something real quick. So if you're wondering what to practice, like what do I actually practice, then if you're a member, I want you to check this out. Or even if you're not and you just kind of want to see, I put everything that I practice in a practice session. It is amazing, because let me tell you something. Some people have weak vocabulary, and the reason why your vocabulary is weak and the reason you have no options on what to do when you're playing is because your practice session isn't good, right? We have to be deliberate in knowing what to practice. And so I've got hand, and it's only the first 6 for now. We'll add the others later. And then if you look at some of these like inversions, so basically, what would I practice as a beginner versus the level after that versus intermediate, right? Like you can see I put drop 2s down in intermediate because you shouldn't be working on drop 2s if you don't even know your inversions yet, right? So I put these in stages, so you can know. But the neat thing about this is for every video I have an introduction. So basically what I just did was the introduction video to my little practice move. Right, and then if you look at these drop 2s here, check this out. All the drop 2s, we're talking about C major drop 2s, half diminished drop 2s, all this is this is just one thing right here. So if I wanted to say, like, let's say someone said I needed to know my E minor 7 drop 2s, they can click right here, and the video will go straight to the E minor drop 2s. And we practice them with you, practice them together. This way you learn from muscle memory. You're not thinking about it. This is something that I have for, a bunch of stuff here. So the arpeggio that I just taught, I don't know, I may put that in the intermediate section here. I don't know if I would put it in the advanced. It's definitely above beginner, and I think it would be above the competent, because in the competent section, I still have you working on your scales, the melodic minor scale, altered scale, all these scales. And we just practice them with me with the metronome. So this is one of the really cool things about the site that a lot of people actually join for. They want to see how I practice and kind of implement something. So check that out when you get a chance. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can see that. And we'll be adding this practice session. That was the intro. Then we'll be actually adding the actual going through each key. We'll be doing that later. Okay guys, thanks again for watching.